We live. We are live. Gotta set the shit up though. Mm, mm. Holy snap. Holy shit. Hold on. I gotta get my drink. I'm fucking thirsty. Gotta check the audio levels and everything. This is a great spot for a discussion because it's in the middle of freaking nowhere. Oh, I'll pick that up later. Who the fuck is 6'7"? I said hi. So hi. Here to discuss the album. Fuck is this? The most random ass username I ever seen in my life. Bang67 BSKGM. Like, hi. We'll wait for this shit to get started, I guess. Without even a fucking laptop. I can share shit in the bottom of my screen. So, I guess I'll put my laptop back in. Sure, some great ass quality streaming too. Um, you guys watching the playback? All right, so here's a tree that I pissed on over there. I pissed on that tree over there a while ago. Maybe about a year. Yeah, a little bit under a year. Got a little pole here. Pissed on that tree. I almost missed this spot again because there's so much yash yarn, so much like corn. In the middle of goddamn nowhere. All right, Nate Dogg, middle of nowhere. So, ah, full sugar. Hell yeah, full sugar all the way. Dude, I could have. I was gonna bring a Smirnoff. You know they're gonna strike my shit down or not. I'm not gonna litter here. 70. Is it actually 70? It's 56. 56. Um, yeah, 56. Actually, maybe I want diabetes. Who knows? Oh, 100%. Is it actually? I want it. It's probably more than 100%. Sugar. I let myself go a lot, so I used to be all um about that. Why is this shit? So, it's fine. Stupid ass chair. No, I used to be all about that stuff. I watched like all the chicken and stuff I ate, calories, everything. My schedule. So send me a video. I'm loading. So I have one bar of goddamn service. Fucking bowl of rice that I've ever seen in my life. Did it end? No, it's back. Okay, it's back. That's gotta be the biggest bowl of fucking rice I've ever seen. Please, camera come back. Camera. Why is the camera being dumb? Yeah, the camera's being dumb. All right, we're back. We're back. Back. But yeah, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so like for instance, the outro song. Um, it was something that I pictured in my head being like this huge, like, probably low, intro instrumental, and then it goes fades into like this piano, and then all of a sudden you hear a four on the floor beat that you haven't heard throughout the entire album, and then uh, it goes into like this like synthy ass like almost not really hyper pop, but like um but this huge sounding pop song that you haven't heard before at the entire record. Then it goes into like the the time breakdown, and then it goes into like this big electronic drop to going into this weird, um, not really weird, but kind of like a normal, like just kind of like a melodic rap thing that is kind of more my style now. So I saw all this. I had the big melody, and I'm like, you know what? The voice doesn't really fit. I don't know how to really mix it the way I want it to make sure it sounds like 100%. But um, but yeah, I figured, at least I would at least try on it. Uh, get out of my comfort zone. The whole just kind of like low key, chill sort of thing, and try that and see how it works as an outro. Actually, the funny thing is, um, it was going to be called "All Right Part 2," kind of referencing my first album's outro, and then it turned into it started with the piano, and then it just became like this. I'm like, well, what if I do this? What if I do this with this? What if I do this with this? And then it just turned into the 6 minute long thing we see today, that's released. So William Coffee is typing in chat. Fucking Wizark, little Wizzy. So yeah, we here. So yeah, it turned into this big thing, and yeah. What other songs do I want to talk about? Insomniac, the intro. Um, what was that inspired by? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I just know I've been sitting on that song since 2021. Oh, I remember what happened. So at the end of 2021, I went on. I was in college. I came back home from college, and I had written and recorded Insomniac and Doubt You, um, in that time period, and I believe there was a couple other songs on there, not on the album, but a couple other songs in that mix. They recorded like 5 or 6 songs during that time span. If I came home and I recorded music, because you can't really record music in a dorm. I mean, you can, but like you can't, sort of thing. Um, what else? And then what was this? What was the Penguin story? So I came back college. Penguins is a part of like the second wave of demos, and then Want to Fantasy. Uh, I think you could throw Incomplete in there. Like so, like first half the record, except you, does it? Jesus Christ, can't even remember my own goddamn song names. But does it? Tantalus. Those were like this year. Um, and then like the entire second half of the album was this year. We'll take a break to see what Mr. Wizark is texting me. Um, probably regarding the stream. This person was fucking zooming. Person was fucking zooming. And I just came back, but that motherfucker was zooming. But yeah. Shit, what else do I want to talk about? I didn't really want to, so I didn't really want, the funny thing is just, zooming. Yeah, zooming. Damn right. Wait, you know where we're at? This is not the outro of the album. Uh, hold on. Can I get the specific angle? What if I get the specific angle here? I think that's kind of close. It is it. That's the funny thing. We're here. It's 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 lore accurate is what it is. It's not unhinged, it's lore accurate. Right? It's a nice scene. We got nice sky behind us. We got some good nature here. It's nice outside. I think you can hear me. I would hope you can hear me. I hope so, at least. Um, I don't think the camera quality is bad, even though it's on data, and I'm live streaming. But I, I, ah, but the chair that I'm using to hold this shit up, first the camera, lagged instantly. I'm back. It's been here. I don't know. I can't tell on my end. All I see is my camera being live and saying I'm live. Um, so I will not litter. Trust me, I'm not gonna litter. I don't know whose property this is. He lit. Yeah, I live. But Heat album, yes. Yes, Zach. Heat album. Does Zach know where we're at? Hold on. Zach, deliver me a pizza. Hold on. Let's get the angle, Zach, just so you can see it. Yeah, rage baiting is what it is. If I order pizza, Zach, will you deliver it out here? That's the real shift over. God damn it. Oh, it's back. Yeah. Yeah. It's the only bad thing about this spot is that I have to use data. And I was kind of hoping it would be a little bit better, service wise, but it's also in the middle of nowhere. Um, I'd say where it's at publicly, but not trying to dox myself or any here. Um, should have brought out the Starlink. Hell no. Where did I plug it in? It's got you got to plug it in and then yeah. We're like, cause you got to plug it in, then you got to put on the antennas, and then everything, everything. Fucking generator. I don't have money for a generator. That's the thing. I mean, don't even start. Cougars. Cougars money. Oh shit. This chair is the worst thing ever for holding up anything. Millionaire. Not right now. Not right now. Stupid ass chair. So, try to talk about the album. Try and discuss the album. Is what I'm trying to do. Um, fuck. I wasn't gonna talk. I was on a path. Um, future billionaire entrepreneur. Yeah. So this is the intro, dude. You know what? I think now that I made a super long, serious album, I just gotta make like the most unserious album ever. Um, and call it Beta as a sequel to Alpha, and say this is the intro of the album. Is the plan? Drop Dust 2. You know what? Let's put Dust 2 on there. Let's put Dust 2 on there. Let's put Toss My Salad on there as well. Nothing can go wrong with that song, um, at all whatsoever. Uh, yeah, drop plus unhinged crap. Uh, does I need to find something solid, I guess, for this to actually, I guess, for it to actually get propped up on. What's something I can actually prop this up on? It's not going to make it collapse 80,000 times. Hopefully this helps. It's a freaking thing of baseballs. All right. Hopefully this will help. Um, hopefully that would help. Um, where was I? Where was I at talking about the album? Probably. Yeah. I was talking about demos that became the first half of the album. That's where I was at. Um, I think Penguins is like one of the only songs that I originally wrote, not even really about like a relationship, to be honest. I think that was like the first one I really wrote, at least started to write. Um, CGM baseball. Hell yeah. But I think that was like the first one I started to write, and there wasn't actually like anything in particular I was trying to write about. I just had something going, and then it became what it is, and I'm just like, oh, this applies to a lot of things. So whatever meaning you want to derive from it is fine with me. Um, there was gonna be a couple more songs on the album uh, that I did decide to cut because they were very they were very direct. We'll say it that way. They were very direct. Um, so honestly, it feels good though. It was kind of meant to be like this, like pseudo diss track or a whatever you want to call it, subliminal messaging song. Um, there was going to be nothing subliminal about any of it. 60 songs and this who's yeah. So there was nothing subliminal about these songs that I cut, which I think was a good thing after all of the uh, all of the context from Hummingbird on. Uh, Personally speaking, I think if I dropped anything more direct than that, then um, it would have been bad. I mean, I was worried about having the title be what it was for for a long time. Not now, I don't care. Like it is what it is. Um, like I said, it's out of respect towards the person. So, um, cooling over the next 4 days. Thanks, weather app. Thanks for telling me it's going to be cooling down. I hope so. It's been humid as hell, humid and hot, Humid and hot. Um, Fantasy was probably the weirdest song I have ever made. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Outside of Suicidal Lucy taught her how to tie a noosey. Um, I don't. To be honest, I don't think fantasy even had a meaning. It was just what sounds good. Um, it's interesting. Not a fan. Old man, dude. Yeah, I have to keep leaning over because the box of baseballs is like right in front of the goddamn comments you guys are making. Um, but no, fan, like I don't think there's any sort of meaning behind that or any sort of influence. I'm just like, what sounds good? So then you get lines like drifting in a Benz truck, pitching up this tent, yeah. um, so yeah. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try some things. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be interesting, and I think overall it sounded semi decent. Good enough to put on the record, right? What was next? Oh, Want to is one of my personal favorites. Just the atmospheric beat. That was probably that was like the after dark before after dark, where it was like super atmospheric and um lyrical content was like the album kind of bounces back and forth a little bit lyrically between sort of like this push pull sort of thing. This was definitely a pull song. Like I'm gonna like pull away of whatever. Like and runaway. Better than the Kanye version, guys. I said this earlier to somebody. I'm probably the only person on this planet Earth that is not that big of a fan of Runaway by Kanye. Like I think it's an okay song. Don't get me wrong, I don't think it's like a dog shit song, but I, the I can't I can't listen to it. I can't listen to the whole thing. Like it's okay, I guess. Want Want to top three CG song. Uh, maybe maybe it might be top three. Doubt Use Fire. So the funny thing about that was a super long process. Um, Actually, that was recorded a long time ago as well, back in like 2021, 22, somewhere in there. Um, and then the feature obviously was recorded back then. Uh, Song was ahead of its time. Want To was ahead of its time. Looking back on my first album, Drift Away was ahead of its time. Um, I go back and listen to Terrible at this before I released this, and I was just kind of like, man, some of these songs are freaking butt cheeks. Like they're pretty ass. At least like to me nowadays. I look back and like um, the rapping part. I don't know if I can recreate the rapping. Um, I think Damn was okay. Lie was okay. Bittersweet was okay. Drift Away is definitely the standout for sure musically on that album. Looking back on it, what 6 years later, 5 or 6 years later, 6, 7 years later, whatever the kids want to do nowadays. Um, Runaway, no, Runaway is not Kanye's peak uh, at all. Um, yeah, but I'm just I looked at like the evolution of everything from Terrible at This, and then obviously it's not on Spotify anymore, but the Neon Purple EP, um, you know, Indifferent. Indifferent's a good one. It's a decent one. Um, but Neon Purple was like really the little EP that really taught me how to actually make a song versus me just putting some vocals on and then um, whatever. So Terrible at This taught me how to actually make an album and let me put something out. Neon Purple was like, how do I make songs? And then this album is really about what do I want to make stuff about and finding my sound. And at the end of the day, it's night. favorite saying. Um, but at the end of the day, uh, 26 songs is a lot. Is it maybe a little bit too long? Yeah. Um, Run Into Your Arms actually is another one of my personal favorites. Like just in terms of like melody and everything. I think that was a good song. Uh, and then the interludes. So there's an instrumental interlude. I guess you could. I mean, incomplete is kind of like a mini interlude. Um, it's like it's an interlude and all but a name. Um, but I just thought it was a solid song. Memories. I think the only vocal effect I had on the Memories song was reverb. I think that's the only one. Uh, I maybe some compression, some EQ, but outside of that, nothing. And you can tell it's a little rough around the edges. Um, but and then you go into uh, "Ain't Sweet," "Ain't Sweet." Uh, Pop quiz: what's the original title for "Ain't Sweet"? I think there might be only two people in the world that actually knows what the original title is. Um, you know, uh, there might be only two people on this earth, and I'm one of them that know what the original title is. That's some true fan status. What we got here, Tantalus is hot. It is hot. Um, yeah, you know what's funny? Tantalus wasn't even a song until last week. I'm not even kidding. You can ask Lil Wiz or Wizark this. It wasn't even a song until last week. We were literally coming back from a concert, and I'm like, you know what? Let me show you some stuff, Will. And I was like, this is how I find beats. And then I found the beat, and then I found the beat, and I'm like, it sounds good, but I think it needs to be pitched up. So I downloaded it, I had to pitch it up, and I'm like, yep, this is it. And then I recorded something to it a day or two later and released it, and it's on the album. That's the funny thing. Um, ugh, was an insane choice. Was an interesting original name. Um, Tantalus. Does anyone even know what the story of Tantalus is? Or within mythology. So the whole he's literally in like this like pond, and every time he goes to reach for a fruit, he can't grab it, or he goes to get some water and he can't grab it. So the metaphor is that I'm reaching for something that I can never have, right? And that yeah, he Googled it. Googled it. Uh, yeah, searching for something I can never reach. Really. Ah, he's gonna be on the vinyl. I forgot you're making a gosh darn vinyl. Now you have enough songs um, to do that. So you finally have enough songs to do that to get that vinyl. Um, so yeah, Memories interlude, Ain't Sweet. Its original name is a top secret, and then I think Obvious. That one for some reason I decided to I'm gonna live stream making a song. It's on the CGMB live channel, and like you can go find it. Actually, it's still up, but the I recorded that on a live stream, and I'm like, you know what, this song is okay. It can fit. And then I think it was 22 and out, 22 and out, um, and to ruminate, right? 22 out to ruminate. Um, to Feels Good though. The only reason why Ruminate and Feels Good though are back to back on the album is because the last lyric on Ruminate is uh, I bet it feels so good to Feels Good though. I mean, that's the only reason. I thought it was just kind of cool, cool little connection. Um, I thought it was a cool little connection to make lyrically. Um, and then Chase, yeah, I'm like, no, I need to have a little bit of an ego banger, like a little ego banger arc here. And then we there was gonna be a song with Baby Raph. He couldn't get to it in time, which potentially there might be a deluxe version of the album. Um, what I'm thinking of doing for the deluxe version is maybe some songs that didn't make the initial cut, maybe another song, maybe some old demos. But then maybe I was going to do some re-recordings of some old songs or like a slowed and reverb Actually, no, the original deluxe version, which is funny how I mentioned it, the original deluxe version was going to be the entire album, but like in nightcore. From top to bottom, it's just going to be nightcore. All the songs are on the nightcore edition. Um, because for some reason I had some obsession once some of the songs are over. Um, uh, I would make nightcore versions and slow and reverb versions of them, and uh, that was kind of a funny idea I had. Was just make the whole entire album, re-release it, but nightcore version. Um, I thought that would be funny, and yeah, but no, I was gonna have a song with Mr. Baby Raph himself, um, which it's still technically in progress. But I love working with that dude. Um, Great guy, and his brother as well, who's in the chat. All right, he's in the chat. All right, thank him for the album work. All right, once I get the opportunity, I'm going to pay him $40. I'm gonna pay him $40 for the artwork. He's just gotta give me the means to do so. Um, is all is all he's got to do. Please do an iCore version. Uh, yeah, deluxe edition featuring remixes. Wizzy, if you want to do some remixes, you can do some remixes if you want. So, um, no, the ego arc was going to be a lot longer. Um, but it wasn't because one, the album's already 26 songs long as is. And then two, I was gonna go back to rapping. And what I found out pretty quickly is that my rapping voice is gone. Like I can't. I don't think I can actually rap anymore. Um, at least I gotta refine my rapping voice, everything like that. Um, uh, Also, there was definitely some songs that were very pointed towards some individuals, um, like explicitly pointed towards individuals, and it would have been bad. And then I think, if you go to the last quarter of the album, uh, you get to the instrumental interlude into Identity, which is basically where the ego death happens, right? So if we go all the way to the start, there's the relationship. It starts and there's push pull. Will they? Won't they? And just kind of how it goes in on one side of the aisle, and it goes into like there's tension, and all of a sudden there's conflict, and there's like, well, fuck you, go fuck yourself, sort of energy, and then it goes right into like the ego, and like the ego carries over, and the ego dies, right? So the ego dies just as fast as it comes in, and there's the interlude to Identity, which is basically asking like, if you were gonna leave anyway, if you're someone who just does this or whatever, then or who am I? Who am I when you're gone now of the picture? Essentially what that is, and then the rest of the album kind of explores that um, pretty heavily. What's the next song after Hummingbird? Of course, it's Hummingbird. Like I said, it was supposed to be a very introspective song, um, initially. Um, what did I do wrong? Essentially, is what it was. What I did wrong, taking blame, accountability, and then I remember to was it? I think control is next, right? I think control goes after it. Um, uh, 22 and out part two featuring D Car. Yeah. Featuring Bruv Time, hopefully. Can't believe Bruv Time ended. Um, what was I gonna say? Yeah, control. Control is like the song where it's like it's not really about control, it's more about the loss of control or not having control in the first place. Uh, and kind of what I do with or just yeah, just what I do with that and everything like that. Um, then into Savior, which explains that I try to be a savior. Kind of like all these layers being peeled back, and I come to a realization that it's done. Right, it's done. Can't change it. It's over with. Face the demons, everything like that, and then to a beach. To a beach. Um, is probably the most literal song I've wrote on the entire album. When it sounds weird to say because um, it sounds the most metaphorical when you actually listen to it and you hear the lyrics and everything. So "To a Beach" is the most literal song on the album. All right, and there's really one or two people that inspired a lot of the songs. Um, there's one that I was obviously the catalyst for the album. But the second one, the album finally comes back to her and into a beach. It's literally about me putting my ex on a plane and watching her fly away to go to live in a state that has a beach. Literally, that's where the lyrics come from. And then actually she got married last month. Found that out. So she I'm stuck in a cold state. She's in a state with a beach. She got married. She lived a life. Uh, I knew she would make for herself. I'm super happy for her. I hope she's doing well. Um, I'm very grateful for her. She did some fucked up things. I'm not gonna lie. We're not gonna ignore that part. But um, uh, happy for her. Yeah, plane just flies away at the end of the night. It just flies away. Penguins, low key fire. Yeah, I don't even know why I named it Penguins and why I thought of the Penguins line. You'd have to ask the 19-year-old me that question. Um, I think it just boils down to, you know, me and Will were listening to some of the earlier songs that I made. My lyricism has gone a long way, right? Obviously, there's the infamous line, like the infamous line. I'm not going to repeat. Um, but we found a couple that were worse. We found a couple that were worse. One of them was, "I'm more lethal than a cocaine overdose." Oh my god, that was. I forgot I even wrote a lyric like that. I really did. I really forgot I wrote a lyric like that, and like hearing him back live while I'm driving in city traffic was the funniest shit ever to me. It literally was the funniest shit ever. Snowball has an even better. No, no, we're not talking about the snowball line. Um, we're not. That song just needs to die. It needs to die and be laid to rest. Um, obviously, there's if you go see on SoundCloud, you go listen to Lucy. Suicidal Lucy taught her how to tie a noosey. Lyrical genius over here, right? Uh, and then I talked about codons and protons and neutrons as like bars in a rap song. That was a time to be alive. Um, my favorite line I've ever written funny enough, was guillotine to my head like I'm fucking France. All right, no one will ever be able to knock that line down for me. Um, that is like that is my personal favorite line or lyric I've ever written. Don't tell me why. I I just love it. I just think it's a fun line. Um, don't even ask me how I was even like I said. This is the same me that wrote "Suicidal Lucy taught her how to tie a noosey." Like, don't ask me where it came from. It came from somewhere. Then that place is gone. Fortunately enough, but yeah, "To a Beach" is probably my best lyrical song. Um, and then you get to "Set Your Heart Ablaze," the outro, and the secret of the outro lyrics, kind of was in my head when I was writing it. The lyrics, at least, was obviously if you listen to the song, it starts one way and then it ends like kind of the same structure, but the beat's a little bit different, and then obviously the conclusion is a little bit different. So I think that like this, so it's there was really meant to be like this big story, right? So the outro song itself, this is the outro of the album. Um, the outro itself was supposed to encapsulate the entire story of the album onto one, where it was just like every section of the lyrics like was telling the story as it was progressing. Um, yeah, there was a boom. I don't know if you guys heard the boom, but there was a boom. Uh, Flamingos can't fly is not gonna happen. And yeah, there's a lot of lore for from behind to a beach. Um, but yeah, for "Set Your Heart Ablaze," literally the lore is there. She had a tattoo on her arm that said "Set Your Heart Ablaze" from Demon Slayer of all things, and yeah, obviously that inspired the album name and everything like that. And then her use of the phrase, obviously, but you know the it was a story, but the other secret of it was, in my mind, I was writing one final letter to this person. Right, that was kind of the lyrical intent. Was if I had to say one more thing to this person, what would I say, or how would I say it? Like, and it just kind of became this thing where it was just like, um, I'm hoping that you come by just so I can see you, and then I can tell you how much I've grown. Um, you know, I never got answers why, and I wish I did. And then it became, and then it turns into, right. You told me that you know I need to let things go a certain way when I don't agree with the way you let things go. And then obviously the big boo boo doo 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 uh that part of the song, and then it's like it comes to like, one day you'll realize um that no one was really to blame for what happened. Um, I felt like that the person put a lot of blame on me, and maybe I put a lot of blame on the other person. Really, was anybody to blame? It's just there's two people. I said this the other day to somebody. I said um, when two people are hurt about something, like really hurt, and they've hurt each other, it's really hard just to see where the other person's at, right? Because all you can see is everything past them, but you're not seeing the person in front of you. And when two people are hurt that way, that's when everything just blows up, you know. But the ending kind of goes, "You ran away, whatever it is. Um, I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna I'm gonna work on myself." Uh, and there's gonna be a day, there's gonna be a time and day, because there usually is a time and day when they kind of roll back into the life, right? And once you do that, set your heart ablaze, motherfucker. um, no, the "set your heart ablaze" line is really kind of, I've been kind of debating on what that line actually meant the entire time. Um, is it me saying it to her, or is it me saying it to myself? And if you know, to answer that question, I have no clue still. Maybe it's a little bit of both, right? Maybe it's a little bit of like a fuck you, and maybe it's a little bit of, actually maybe initially, right, when I was initially writing the album, maybe initially was a fuck you. Um, but now it's more of like a like I'm gonna do what I do. All right. And the whole last bit of me saying like hope that you come by so I can send you right along, tell you that I'm better off. Like it kind of it's me coming to the conclusion that I'm grateful for what happened. I've learned a lot of lessons from it, and just gonna move on, move forward. At the end of the day, it's night. So fire hearts, fire hearts. Um, a lot of that stuff. So what's another song with some deep ass lore? Another song with some deep ass lore. Marigold. Marigold. I didn't even talk about Marigold yet. So, like, I'm pretty sure not half, but a good chunk of the songs are written um, by this beat maker called Under the Maple Tree. Um, he has some good stuff. But the first beat I ever heard from him was the beat for Marigold, actually. And I wrote it while I was still living with my ex girlfriend or whatever. Um, yeah, and it was kind of towards the end of our relationship. Um, I'm still trying to think like what the headspace is I was in when I was writing that song. I think um, Marigold. Wow. Um, I remember exactly when I first heard it too. I was on my way. I was driving back from school actually to my house. I was coming back from class, and the song was playing, and or the beat was playing. I'm sorry. And I'm like, and then I was just kind of like, so the way I'll listen to an instrumental, I'll get a flow down, I'll get a melody down, then I'll write lyrics, right? So the lyrics part, um, was like I knew the relationship was slipping, right? So if you've ever been in a relationship, like like sometimes when it's gonna start to slip, right? I knew it was slipping, and she was gone. She was in 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Maybe I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out, or whatever. And um, just the whole experience of that of uh, you're gonna leave, but I think this time's gonna be the last time you do. Um, you still have feelings for the person, but you don't understand what's going on, right? So it's just in a weird spot in the relationship at the time. Damn, I freaking spit. Um, yeah, just being in that sort of being that in that sort of like both it's gonna end, and you don't really want to talk about it, right? Because if you got to talk about it, right, and then for sure it's gonna end, so you kind of sit in this purgatory, right? You sit in that purgatory, and you just kind of watch it unfold. It got pretty dark. It got dark pretty quick. Good thing there's still some light out. Um, yeah. First time I was in this spot was like at 3 o'clock in the goddamn morning. With somebody in particular. We got a car driving. Bye. Zoom zoom. Definitely going over the speed limit. That car was. Uh, yeah. There was. Yeah. It was actually the spot where we almost kissed for the first time. I'm not gonna lie. It was like, it was like that close from happening. right here. Um, and I'll get a little TMI. She goes, "Yeah, I used to go to the spot with somebody. I don't think anyone's ever had sex here before." And I'm just like, "Well, it's not going to happen tonight. I can tell you that much. It's not going to happen tonight." And she looked at me like, uh, "Okay." I'm like, "I'm just saying." Like, I think we had like gone to like Taco Bell or something that night. Yeah, we went to Taco Bell and then we kind of drove around and um ended up here. That was a wild ass comment she made. I don't think anyone's ever had sex here before. Yeah, no, not no, we're not. First of all, in a car, like I get it, like I get like the appeal of it, but like to me, like in a car, it doesn't fit well for me doing it in a car. And we're talking about PG subjects here on the CGMB channel. Um, but holy shit, damn mosquitoes. Damn mosquitoes. Anybody have any questions about the album? I'd love to answer any questions about the album. I would love to, because now I'm in a headspace where I'm talking about this spot and comments that were made in the spot, which wasn't technically even. Yeah. Please ask questions. Please. Uh, where are the other 64 on my computer? I think I talked about it earlier. Uh, Yeah, I talked about it earlier. There's a bunch of other songs. A lot of the instrumentals don't really fit my voice. Um, so that's why they didn't get released. And there's just some that the subject matter actually didn't fit. Um, the subject matter like didn't fit. So like I have a song. It's called "Mirror on the Wall." Uh, Actually, can I hit the tree? I'm gonna see if I can hit the tree with a rock. Um, but it was about non romance things. Um, Essentially is what it was. So I'm like, it doesn't really fit on the album, so I'm not going to release it. And we talked about deluxe versions. When did you make the outro of the album? Uh, so in December, it's when the beat was made. Was it December? Yeah, I think so. That was a little short. The outro was made in December, and then I would like to say the beat was, and I'm pretty sure I listened to that beat every single goddamn day until the album released. And in my mind, I'm not. I don't know. Like it doesn't really do it for me anymore. The song doesn't. Like right now, I'm sure if like I didn't listen to it for like, a few months, it would be all right. But I've heard the song so many times, it's not even funny. That was like the one song I was absolutely obsessed with. Was the outro song, which was originally going to be called "All Right Part 2." When is the Logic collab? Never going to happen. uh, Two different styles. Never, never, ever probably gonna to collaborate with Logic. Will we get a #1 listener on Spotify video? Dude, I don't even know if I'm allowed to. I think I gotta have a certain amount of monthly listeners. I think I do. For that to even happen. But I'll look into it when it's time for the Spotify rap stuff to come out. I'm sure I'll get a notification to do it. But oh shit. Sure, I'll get a notification to do it, but I don't know if I'm allowed to. When is the Joji collab? I would love a Joji collab. Never gonna happen. You think you're ever gonna make a deeper album than this? Because I feel like the amount of emotional depth could not be beat. You know what? You know that's a really good question. Um, Man, not. I gotta sit down now to answer this. I gotta sit down to answer this now. Do I think the emotional depth will ever get beat? The answer to that, probably right now, I don't think so. Because I think with the emotional journey I took on over the past, holy shit, it's been year two, right? Um, Maybe 3 years. Like the emotional journey I've gone through, and the amount of like stuff that has kind of just changed who I am and impacted who I am, at least, not just like in a relational concept, but also in terms of in like terms of life and how I interact with people. I think that you know this was such a life changing sequence of events that happened in my life, um, that right now I foresee it being the deepest I ever get. Um, but maybe I can have another life changing like event. But it really boils down to I learned a lot of lessons with this stuff, and the the album was really my outlet for a lot of it. Um, you know, you know, it's multiple girls, multiple personal relationships, multiple mistakes. I've made many mistakes, like very like some pretty bad ones, and just kind of learning myself through the process to get to this point where I'm at today, where you know the growth was there was a lot of growth that happened between um, then and now, and I mean, who knows? Maybe I will get deeper, but I think a better answer maybe is like this unique experience um, has a very distinct story that right now has probably been the most impactful that I've ever had to experience, right? Um, and I hope I don't have to go through this pain again. I really hope I don't have to go through all this pain again. Um, um, but that's a really good question. Actually, I don't know if I really answered it the way um, y'all would hope, or if it's a good. I don't think so, but I think at the same time, like everyone learns and grows all the time, right? But this was just such a transformative experience, and a lot of the songs came from a lot of the pain and raw emotion that went into all of this. That um, maybe I won't be able to ever touch again. Um, because I try to re-record maybe a handful of songs that I'm like maybe musically would be better if I re-recorded it, but I couldn't ever hit that raw emotion again, if that makes sense. Uh, so in terms of that, I don't think I'll ever be able to touch that unless there's another sort of experience that would come from it. What's my favorite, personal least favorite song? Since we've heard your favorites, my least favorite. Okay, I don't like the way I don't like the way that "Run Into Your Arms" sounds vocally, because and that's one of those songs I was trying to re-record, but I can never hit the same like emotional uh point I was when I was recording the song. But the I just moved into the new house at that point, and there was nothing in the room. So all the reverb and everything was getting recorded. It was such a crappy treated a um such a crappily treated room that you can hear it in the recording. I try to like do my best to muffle it out. Now it's dark. Maybe I need to like turn the lights on in my car and move the setting in a second. But sonically, that um, Penguins It's one of those songs I wanted to re-record. There's a point in Penguins, or as like, I like some of the vocal delivery could have been better on Penguins. Um, what's and like I said, I think I don't know if you were here when I said this, but I think in my head, "Set Your Heart Ablaze" the outro. I've heard it a million fucking times, obsessively like listened to it a million times, and I don't know, the way I had it in my head and the way it is now, it's definitely different. But I think I just wanted to put something out instead of trying everything to be perfect. So there's probably three of my least favorite ones. No more pain for CGMB. Hopefully, man. Well, everyone, at least not severe pain. But I appreciate that, Mr. T-Bone. Mr. T-Bone. How long did this album take you, not taking account breaks from music? Hold on, let me get some headlights going. So you can actually see. All right, we got a little bit of light. Hold on, got a little bit of light. Got some light going. All right. How long did it take? How how long? If I had to put a concrete number on how long everything took, let me know if you can hear my car. By the way, and I'll figure something out. But total time, I think each song takes about like maybe just writing maybe an hour for lyrics on average, maybe another hour to actually record the lyrics or the vocal, and maybe an hour or two for mixing. So if you do like 4 hours per song times 26, we're talking about at least over 100 hours. But I guarantee you I probably spent longer than that. So probably, I want to say maybe 200, probably 200 hours total. When is the Blu-ray and digital release? Never. Not releasing this shit on Blu-ray. You crazy. Um, you crazy. I was going to. Can you make the 22 and out photo? Maybe. I mean, you, you can maybe see it. Hello, in a different language. It looks like. There's no light. I was about to say that is not English. I saw I saw the freaking viewership spike up. I'm like, what is happening? I'm like, what? Yeah. So yeah, Zach, this is the 22 and out spot, which has a person. Yeah, you view by it. I know you did, but it has a personal link. That's why I'm here. There's a personal link. Like I said, uh, I don't know if you were here when I was talking about the personal link, but yeah, that this is the spot. It's in the middle of nowhere. That's why I'm on my phone. Um, Damn. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I took it myself too. Um, so which ones? So I'm sorry, but I used AI to make the After Dark cover. Um, used AI to make the After Dark cover. 22 Now is here. Um, the It is in the delivery range. It's in between two towns, Zach. It's in between two towns. It is delivery range. Um, 22 Now, and then Ain't Sweet. That cover was of a dude, and then that I got texted about. What freaking Bible verse is here? For this is how God loved the world. He gave his one and only Son. Oh, he's spreading the gospel, guys. He's spreading the gospel. Um, I'm not religious. Sorry, buddy. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Um, so it was a photo of a dude, and then Blair Noble just subscribed to my channel. He did not like the photo used. The only reason he found out, though, the only reason he found out was because the person who was reacting to my shit told him about it. This is the only way he knew. That's the only way he knew. Because then he got my phone number. I don't think I've ever given this man my phone number in my entire life. And I thought me and this guy were cool, right? I've never had problems with this dude. Never. Never. It's not a single time. Um, Not a single time. And I get a text saying, you need to change your cover. And they said, also song his ass. So, obviously I made that the cover. His text message saying the song was ass because I thought it was funny. All right, you can't take the troll out of me. It was funny as shit. All right. And then what was after that? Was it Feels Good though? No, it was Ruminate. It was Ruminate. It was Ruminate. It was a picture of a s'mores. And you want to? I'm being dead ass. There is zero meaning behind that picture, right? And I knew there was zero meaning behind the picture, right? Knew it. Knew there was zero meaning. But I knew that somebody would think there would be a meaning behind it. I knew. That's just how this sort of things works. You play the mind game a little bit, right? You play the mind game and you make it something that's meaningless. So it's literally a picture of a s'more. No, After Dark was the first one released, buddy. Literally the first one. Um, which I can talk about After Dark in a second, actually. There's actually a story behind that. Um, what? What was next? Oh, then it was Feels Good though. Which shout out to Mr. T-Bone. Mr. T-Bone himself. Baby Ref with the mix. Baby Ref the mix. Love that dude. Um, and then I was literally on vacation in Dallas, but I literally the s'more did not have a hidden meaning. It did not. It did not. Stop saying there was. It was feels good though. I was on vacation to Dallas, and I took a picture of the Oklahoma road sign because I had the lyric about Oklahoma. So that's why that's the why a s'more. There was no reason. I just felt like it being a goddamn s'more because there is no s'more lore. That's the lore is there is no lore. It's like the like if you're watching Kung Fu Panda, and like the Dragon Warrior secret or whatever, it's a secret scroll, and there's nothing. That's literally what the s'more is. There is no meaning. There is no meaning. Um, but yeah, so the Oklahoma sign was in direct reference to the Oklahoma lyric, because if you know me personally, there's a personal tie to that in which believe me. Well, you don't have to believe me. Make your own meaning for heck. Make a documentary on me, like I'm Chris Chan or something. Um, but that person wanted to go to Oklahoma with me. I'm being dead ass. They wanted to go to Oklahoma with me, so I'm like, well, fuck you. I'm going to Oklahoma anyway. So here you go. Um, and then what was it? It was Hummingbird. I took that photo myself. So you may not know this. You might just think it's just a weird building and it's blue, but those are buildings in Oklahoma City that I photoshopped to make them blue. So if there's any hidden meaning in a cover art, it's on 22 and out for sure, and then on Hummingbird. Those are buildings in Oklahoma City. Believe it or not, there is really no good spot for lighting, except like right here. Um, yeah. Does it? I mean, come on. It's a water tower. It's a water tower that's photoshopped red. Can't just do anything. That's the point. That's the point. That's the point. All of them have hidden meanings, except Except Tantalus is just a photo of fucking Tantalus. That's blue. That's all that one is. Which I guess there's a story, right? But it's just a picture of fucking Tantalus. That's all it is. And, it does, it's just a goddamn water tower. So, and then you can't even say there's a hidden meaning in the actual album cover for the album because I didn't even make it. I didn't even make it. And I just said, hey, make something cool. Here's the idea. Have fun. I would have never meant the philosopher without the picture. It's not even a goddamn philosopher. It's not even a. Whatever. The blue tint does not mean shit. I just thought blue is a good color. I was just playing with different color variations. And I'm like, you know what? Blue looks good. So it's going to be blue. Also, the album cover is a little bit blue. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to release it next week anyway. Might as well make it blue and make it look consistent. Why do I look like that? Because I'm hot as shit. I'm sexy. I'm hot. So, yeah. I'm just like that. Built like that for real. Um, if you think there's any hidden meaning in anything, enlighten me. I want to hear your theories, and if you have any questions about them, I'll put them to rest. I will put them to rest because there's really I'm not. This is an open discussion. This is your chance to get on the discussion post here. Okay, Plato analyze. That's yes. We didn't share a goddamn s'more. We didn't. No one shared. The only thing we shared was a bed. Is the baseball field. Is actually the baseball field. There's the hidden meaning, guys. There's the hidden meaning you're looking for. Oh. Oh, I was going to talk about the After Dark story. So, there's yeah, there's a bunch of hidden meanings. Just ask Zach. There's a lot of hidden meanings that he snuck in there. Why was the album 1 hour long and 14 minutes? Because there's 26 songs. There's 26 songs, so there's gonna be a lot to. It's basically two albums length. Um, Amount of time he lasted. Oh my god, the album's already out. Album is out on everywhere. Amount of what's funny is that if you ask a particular version or if you ask a particular person, uh, uh, how long it lasted, an hour and 14 may be the exact amount of time. We never know. It felt like an hour long. I'm not gonna lie. Um, yeah. But the After Dark story was the cars. No, it was in a bed. It was in a bed. It was in a bed. Um, it was in a bed. It was in a bed. Not in the delivery car. No, that would have been bad. The After Dark story though, actually was shit. Was gonna be 2 years ago now, wouldn't it? It would be 2 years ago. I was gonna say it was a year ago, but it'd be 2 years now that me and this person initially. What's funny? I was just hitting. I was hitting baseballs in like September or it was sometime in the fall. I was hitting baseballs in the cage, and we were talking, and I was like, "You want to throw me some baseballs?" She's like, "Sure, I'll throw some baseballs." And she actually showed up, and it was the most random ass like link ever. And then I recently gotten out of my relationship. The initial incident. It is the initial incident. Um, yeah. Anyway, so we hit. I throw to her. She throws to me, and then we literally sit down. I could probably drive to the goddamn park right now if I wanted to. I could show you the exact spot. Um, but we sat down on like the pavement of the parking lot and started talking. And then the person who was in the initial, that person is driving too slow for me. I don't know if you can, what the fuck? Are you stopping? Keep going. Why? What? Okay. Can you please keep driving? It's not a stream sniper. It's not her car. Not her car. She's probably an hour away. Um, please keep. I don't think they're gonna turn around. Hope not. Stream sniper. An hour 14 car 6. Oh my god, that's funny as shit. Could not have timed that better. But actually, the person that was in the initial photo or the album cover for Ain't Sweet, we went to his house and we hung out at his house for a couple hours. Then she drove me back to the park. There's another car. Where's that? That's just farm equipment. A little tractor going by. Bye bye, tractor. Bye bye. Um, yeah. But we went back to the park, and then we sat in her car for legit like 4 fucking hours until like 3 o'clock in the morning. And she opened up about something. I know what she opened up about, but I'm not gonna discuss it. She opened up about something, and then and then we got to talking about things, and then I opened up about my stuff, and all of a sudden we're we're talking about each other, and it's like holy shit, she's like kind of flirting with me a little bit, and I'm kind of flirting back, and then it gets a little like it doesn't get like physical, but it gets a little touchy. We'll say it's a little touchy, and then nothing happened. Then I went home. Nothing happened. I went home, and then I wrote a song. I'm like, you know what? After Dark. So the song really was about uh was the moment like what did it actually mean? What did it mean? What was the deeper meaning? What was the hidden meaning behind the goddamn all of it? What was the meaning? And no one knew for a long time. Then a year later, she pops back into my life. Well, once a year later, but she was kind of popped in, popped out, popped in, popped out, and and but a year later, they kind of finally came to fruition, and then it completely went off the rails, and and uh, and then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna drop this song. I dropped After Dark after sitting on it for a year, and and she saw me, and she was like, "What's the lyrics for your song?" So I sent her the lyrics. She's like, "Huh? Who's it about? You? It's about you." Um, she's like, "Huh?" I said I wrote it a year ago. She's like, "Huh?" Yeah, it was funny. The whole I can't share all the details of that conversation, but trust me, it was funny as shit. It was funny as shit. That whole conversation was funny as shit. But the reason why The reason why it even came out was because I think I was pissed off at her, or I was like rethinking everything, and got me in the state of it got me in the state of like, what did this actually mean anything? Then I went and I revisited the song, um, and I'm like, it's a good time to drop this, which kickstarted the whole saga. So thank you for the car incident of 2024, and or else you wouldn't have set your heart ablaze. And I guess thank the person that said that they wanted a relationship with me and wanted to make things work. And then a week later, found a dude at the bar that looked like Chet Holmgren. If you don't know who Chet Holmgren is, look him up. And telling you, this person looked exactly like Chet Holmgren. Car incident was not terrible. All right, from my experience, it wasn't terrible. All right, car incident was terrible because people wanted to frame it a certain way, or actually, they wanted to defend the framing. Right? If people just let the moment be the moment, everything would be okay. Honestly, if people didn't like make certain things out of certain things, honestly, I I'd probably be with someone right now. Let's be real here, because I can keep a relationship, but um, Kids Bop Edition. I'm gonna go hire some kids. I'm gonna hire kids in Ashton's basement. I'm gonna hire kids in Ashton's basement to make a Kids Bop version. Too much yapping. No. So if there was one person who really challenged me, understood me the best, it was her. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I think the timing of everything was horrible. Let's be real here. There's no drinks. There's no drinks. Everything was sober, Zach. Everything was sober on both ends. Let's keep that a $1.50. Um, keep that $1.50. Uh, I think if she would maybe she matured enough, um, personality wise, that was like probably the best fit. But obviously, timing and who she is now doesn't work. Is basically the way I view it now. Pondering. There was a song that got cut that to where I used the word ponder, uh, and I was going to sample something, but I decided against it overall. The song included, so should have did the sample. No, 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 no. Song didn't work. Sample wouldn't have worked. Um, yeah, good lyrics, good instrumental. Just the song didn't work in the grand scheme of things. Dude, when I started the stream, it was like still like pretty bright out. It's dark as shit. It is dark as shit. Like I don't even think you can see the tree anymore if I turn the camera around. Yeah, you can't even see the tree anymore. Like legit, the only light that is coming is from my car. It's from my car. Hold on. Can I make that's the original cover right there. There's a car behind you. Oh shit! It's gonna hit me. It's gonna hit me. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. So you guys probably think this Yagan guy's a rando. He's not a rando. So he's not he's not a rando. Um, I didn't know who he was until some Discord calls. But then before I even knew who he was, he made what did you comment? What video did you comment on? Where you were like Israel or Palestine? I'm like, what the fuck? Who the fuck commented this? I'm like, Like, who is this? Here at some point he wasn't. Yeah, he's not. He's not a rando. Pull the car a little closer. You know. Um, nah, nah. So here's the two chairs set up. Uh, Something I also considered doing was like a was a was kind of like a live performance of some songs. I thought about doing like a live performance out here specifically. I would bring my setup. I would record it, video, audio, everything like that. Kind of do like a live concert and then post it. I thought about doing that. Mafioso live performance. Mafioso, put him in a choco. I like what you're saying, so yeah, now you gotta go. Yeah, I thought about doing a live performance, uh, mostly about the songs on the album, but then like a song like "Indifferent," I'd probably play. Uh, "Drift Away," I'd probably play that one, and then what else would I have done? I probably would have brought back "Dragging Me Down." Uh, that's not technically a CGMB song, but it's my song, so I probably would have played that. Done it like legit, done it out here, everything. And then the funny thing was for 22 and out, I was gonna change the lyric to make it accurate. I was gonna be like 22 and out, and you're 20 looking at the picture I still paint. So looking for your new escape. I could have done that one. I was gonna change the lyrics. Get my cousin to do it. You talking about Guppy? I seen he's doing some shit. That's actually kind of cool. Yeah, Mr. Guppy's making a name. The Huero, the Huero. Yeah, my phone's at 15%, guys. You got about 5 minutes until this stream's done. There's 5 minutes. You guys got 5 minutes left, and then this stream's probably done, and I gotta go home. Plus, it's already dark. Oh, is he? Is he doing some Israel? Very large family. What the fuck? What language is that? Oh, muy large familia. So on my end, it translates it like automatically. It's an auto translate version of that. So I am live streaming after dark. Literally, literally. Um, yeah, he got some musical stuff. Is he actually? He DJing. Okay, so he's DJing, and he knows about CGMB. He does, I think. He knows, but I wouldn't be able to do it with him because we just be laughing at each other the entire time. We would legit just like laugh at each other the entire time. We wouldn't take shit serious. Insomniac. Insomniac. Dude, whole world about to know. Insomniac is probably one of my favorite songs of all time. That is the original recording, by the way, on Insomniac. I didn't re-record it. That is the original recording. Uh, you could, uh, you could, you could, uh, you can kind of tell a little bit as the original recording. Um, I don't know. Something about Insomniac, I just loved it. And actually, the the last half of the verse on Insomniac was freestyled, like actually freestyled. So I probably should have called it Insomniac Freestyle, and it was like half freestyle, half not freestyle. Yeah. Or into the woods. There is no woods. It's cornfields. It's cornfields. I wonder if can I do I have did it? There's no flash. I don't have a flash in my phone. I don't know if you can see the cornfield though. Yeah, you can kind of see the cornfield. It's cornfield. Illinois. There's a lot of corn and beans. Actual real freestyle, unlike the other one, you fraud. Amber freestyle is not a freestyle, guys. I'm sorry to say it. Sorry to say it. Um, shoot. Close enough. Close enough. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Stream Ape Shit. I probably would have done a live performance of Ape Shit and have Wizard come out. Have Lil Wizzy come out. Out of Ape Shit and $14, which one's the better song? Fucking mosquitoes. Um, I think I think Ape Shit's the better song. I think I can listen to Ape Shit uh more than $14. Um, which by the way, there's gonna be a whole album that came out with those type of songs. There was gonna be a whole album with those types of songs. It just never came to be. Uh, but I think beat wise, $14 was kind of. I'm sorry, Ape Shit. It's probably one of my better beats of all time. And then just the performance on it. Bittersweet Live. I don't think I can rap anymore. That's the thing. I don't think I can do it. Except writing on the wall, you on the pavement. We don't need no kids that go and fake it. Flexing at the top and going ape shit. Step right on my lane if you're gonna say shit, bitch. I mean, I could do maybe the singing part. Tell me why you be so bittersweet. Tell me all shit and then you go and turn on me. Tell me why we gotta waste time. Tell me all shit and then we really want. I mean, I can do that part, but I can't do it. Don't understand why you being dramatic. Like, and like, if you actually listen to like the like rap part of Bittersweet, it's like so like offbeat and like it doesn't. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird verse. They're weird verses. Um, it's just weird overall. So it makes it perfect. Now you can't tell me that Terrible at This is a overall album. Uh, it's not good. The melodic ideas and the ideas in the album were good. They weren't executed right. Um, I don't think I can. Project is ass. Project is ass. Yeah. Holy shit. It's a Culver's hat, by the way. Literally Culver's hat. All right. Dude, stank. It probably does, to be honest. Probably does. Culver's money. Yeah. Coming to coming to it's going into the old pilot from the old Benny's. We're gonna build one there. Is it pink? It's fucking Christ. Is it pink? You weirdo. Durfed away. Jesus Christ, can't even type. Is it oh my is it brown? Maybe. Maybe. Durfed away. Durfed away, number one CGMB song. Make a shoe store. You know, he has one I was gonna say a town name, but that's probably not a good idea. But he has a store actually. Turn that brown upside down. Boy. Mm, yeah. Uh, CGMB hoodie. Merch store. It's still live. You can buy some hoodies. You can buy some hoodies. You can buy some hoodies on CGMB merch store. Yeah. Um, yeah. Oh, I got a funny story. So my ex-girlfriend that cheated on me with a black guy, is now married. The dude does YouTube, right? And he live streams every day. And when I found that out, I went on his channel and started like being really super supportive. Uh, awesome segue, I know, right? um, uh, but I was like super supportive. Did I say the man's? I did. It was a black guy. She wants some BBC, all right. But I went on his channel. I was just super supportive with his live streams. I'm just like, hey man, and I'm on this channel. Um, and then that act lasted about 2 weeks, and then I think because she knew about the whole CGMB thing, so I think she saw CGMB one time on his phone. That's some nice ass heat lightning. Um, but she saw it on his phone probably, and they got blocked on everything, um, literally everything from that dude. But I have an alt account named Governor Kevin, and he was live streaming today, and we talked about his marriage. It was very funny. Talked about his marriage. It was very funny. He didn't know who I was. It was very funny. He was giving me some details. He's going to the Air Force now, which he's following the family footstep, I guess. I guess her family footstep of Air Force. Um, so yeah, he's gonna go to Top Gun probably and become a cool ass Mormon pilot or something. A Mormon Mexican, a Mexican Mormon pilot is what he's gonna be. That's what that guy's gonna be. Does he like get his name Josh or something? Uh, Josh Peck. Oh my god. I get but um I get asked all the time if I or I get compared to Josh Allen all the time with like the hair and everything. And I kind of look like Josh Allen a little bit. I wish I was Josh Allen, fucking NFL superstar. Um, but yeah, yeah. And then yeah. And then I was talking to the dude on his live stream about about BBC. If he likes BBC, I don't know, but the guy who was with your ex is black. Yeah, yeah. No, so the dude she's with now, she's like I said, put her on a plane across the states, and she's on a beach, and she met a Mormon Mexican, and now she's Mormon, which means, oh no no, that's not even the funniest part. When everything was starting going on, I was on his live streams and asking him since I knew he was Mormon, or I figured out he was Mormon, and I asked him what his opinions on soaking were. If you don't know what soaking is, look it up. Um, and he had very conflicting things to say about soaking, and it was a very funny conversation, uh, given context. So yeah, I'm at 10% on my phone. All right, I got one or two questions left in me. Then this stream's ending. So speak now, forever hold your peace. I probably should maybe start putting these chairs away. So I forgot I had baseballs on here. Gotta go to my car. Can we dock? Yes, we can. Absolutely. And it better be in for hour and 14 minutes in a car. In a car specifically. Do I need a jump? Dude, my car is on. My car is on. Oh, license plate's gonna show. Hold on. Probably fit. Can probably fit about a couple of you guys in here. Try my laptop in the back seat. I'll put that right there. Oh wait, maybe I could take you guys to the park. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll put my phone and I'll take you guys to the park where After Dark was made up. Zach takes up the trunk. He would take up the trunk. Big ass. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna take you guys to the After Dark park. I'll show you the exact spot. The engine's already on, guys. So maybe it should have already been blown up. Where your C4 is a little faulty. All right. Ugh. Okay, put the phone on the charger. Ugh. All right, we're going. Oh, I gotta go forward. All right. Everybody say bye to the 22 and out spot. All right. Everybody say bye to the 22 and out spot. We are going to the park. It might take us 5, 10 minutes, maybe. And Zach, to answer your question on the location, uh, go from G Town to D Town and third right on the main highway. You drive down this road for a little bit, and it's on the right, and you can see the tree, and you should be able to see the tree, and you can pull into it. Uh, that's where the slots. Seatbelt on. Drive safe. So many bugs in the car. Good job, Caleb. Yeah, he's totally got it. I'm spilling all the secrets on where the car sex was going to happen. That was such an out of pocket line. I'm not even going to lie. Such an out of pocket line. Drive drunk. Yeah. Who who goes? Yeah, I don't think anyone's ever had sex here before. It's a weird ass way to like bring that up. Weird ass way. My fault. It's my bad. So don't go. Get too much. We gave too much now just to let it go. It's my fault. Drive 70 miles per hour in the school zone. Yeah, I will. That sounds. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that for sure. I can dox your parents' house too, real quick. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. I'm not doxing your parents' house. That's a horrible idea. Horrible. That's a horrible idea. Um, so I'm blocked on everything for good. Like I'm pretty sure she blocked my Spotify too. That's how so I don't even know if she's even gonna know that the album's out or if she even is gonna be checking. So um, I guess for the better, right? For the better. Funny how go to the bar, go to the bar, the bar. But yeah, I'm blocked on everything except one spot. I'm not blocked on one spot, and I was gonna send something on that one spot as a joke, but I guarantee you that would be the biggest crash out of all time. Of all time. And I would probably be in court at some point over it if I reached out to her, at least. Just don't. I'm just simply expressing that the option is there. And I'm simply expressing that the option is dumb. But if honestly, if it was me maybe like 6 months ago or a year ago, I probably would have done it that way. It probably would have been done that way where someone was reached out to and definitely would have sent that message. But but now I'm not. Now we're on the highway. Let it be found out naturally. If it even gets found out at all. Um, if it gets okay, let's put a bet on it. Over under a month. What do you think? Or actually, even if it's found out about, is there anything that's gonna be is there anything that's gonna be happening? Like, would there be any sort of context or contact, I should say? I don't think there'd be any sort of To be honest, I don't think there'd be any contact um, at all. Over a month, I don't know. It's also just not my problem. The quote might cause some might might cause some tilt. Might 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 cause some tilt, dude. If it was a crash out over a hummingbird, granted there was some context, but if there was a crash out over a hummingbird where I got called a fucking weirdo, how much, how much more, how much more would it be? Which I think that's probably the only tattoo that she has that has an actual meaning. And I'm like 95% sure that's the case. She's not going to watch the live. She doesn't have the attention span for that. No, no one. You guys are the only people that want to know what the s'more means. That's the thing. You're, dude. I'm telling you, if she crashed out that hard over Hummingbird, uh, it'll be worse. It'll be worse. It'll be worse. At least internally. I don't know if she's gonna actually express. There's the high school, but yeah, it wasn't even over the song. Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. I I don't. I don't know. Like, obviously, that's something I've thought about. Like, if particular people are gonna find out about it, I think enough time has passed where people don't care anymore. I think that's the case where people just don't care anymore, and they wouldn't check. So, because let's be real, she might have had 800 situations since then, right? And it's not like I'm like an important one. Also, you second number one listener knows about the album. Am I supposed to know who you're talking about? Like, like Theodore, or are we talking about like female? Are we talking like female? Because if it's female, then word might start spreading. If it's male that you're talking about, uh, it's whatever. But if it's female, the hunch. Oh, the hunch. The hunch. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. We're on the same page now. I know what you're talking about. Okay. I'd say if it's female, I don't think that they would be in touch, to be honest. Or if whatever. Still got the listener from certain area. Actually, Tantalus released, and there wasn't a stream from the certain area since then. So I'm telling you, I feel like enough time has passed and whatnot to where that should be okay. Like I just, you're in the queer. I'm in the queer, I guess. It's like a car coming. It's a car coming. I took a little detour somewhere. Um, no, like I just have a feeling that if it's not that big of a deal anymore. At least to me personally. My phone is not dead. Phone's not dead. Phone is not dead. About to be scorched earth. The earth has already been scorched though. That's the thing. The earth is already scorched. What left is there? Let's be real. What 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 is there to have that's left? There's nothing. I mean, yeah, like dude, there's, but I think I can handle it. Like if, like what's the worst? What's the worst that can happen? Let's be real. We already established that these are in. This is an internal album. This is an internal album about my experiences, and I'm not telling her to go listen. I'm not telling her. I'm not like slandering her in the songs or anything. And I haven't reached out to her since she reached out to me. Talking about the manager, not the other one. I don't know. I don't think it was in this exact spot in front of this light, guys. This was the after dark spot right here, right here, right here, in front of this light right here. This spot right here. This is the after dark spot. This is the after dark spot right here. AI slap spot. Why is it detecting another language? Um, yeah, but I'm telling you, I have a feeling like if like what's the worst that can happen? She reaches out to me and gets mad about it. Like, oh well. Why did you put that in Russian? That's you weirdo. Why did you put that in Russian? Yeah. Well, if she know, there's two different. So there's we're talking two assumptions here, right? She's got to know, and then she's got to act on it, right? So we're assuming she knows, and we're assuming she's gonna act on it. Uh, not getting a doctor, not getting a doctor pee. No, my titty blood. But we're assuming that those two things, and if yeah, she probably will. She probably will know about it, but the real thing is she's gonna act on it. Uh, and well, then what is the action gonna be, right? Whoop de do. She gives me a call at 2 o'clock in the morning today. I will answer it and be like, "The fuck you want?" Can't do anything, right? Like what? Like what is she gonna do? Get mad and like whine about it? Like boo hoo, boo hoo. Let it ring. No, I'd answer that shit. No, I would answer it just so I could tell her that I'm better off, as the song would say. I'm gonna hit her with the "Set Your Heart Ablaze, bitch." She's like a penguin and can't fly. Yeah, no, unless there's like an actual like serious thing she wants to talk about, and she's actually so there's two ways. She can contact me in a nice way. She can contact me in a bad way. If she contacts me in a bad way, I just fry her ass and troll her. But I feel like it's like some weird uh like serious thing. I'm not an asshole like that. If she actually wants to talk about something, I just be like, I'm good. Knocking boots. There already is a knocking boots cover, bro. You have it. I'm not officially releasing it, but you got it. Need it live? No, I'm not doing it live. I'm not doing a live knocking boots. No, not doing not live knocking boots. Immediately after the call, I make the whole. Yeah, no, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll make an album in 24 hours. Another 30 songs of rage bait. Uh, and name them after like make them like super like like a hummingbird, for example. Name it like Vines or bro. Matt, I'll make a song called Bro and say bro. That's gonna be the whole song over some like really shitty beat. Bro would be a hard ass song. Oh yeah, hell yeah. What else could there be? 90 miles an hour. Um, what's that, bro? Toyota. Um, what else could there be? Um, I mean, you can go down like the "I'm just a girl." Uh, I can call one mints, like breath mints. You know what I'm referencing, hopefully. Um, I'll call one decar. Cheese curds, cheese curds. Chocolate concrete mixer, or yeah, chocolate concrete mixer with brownie pieces. Um, you're a weirdo. What else could there be? Roblox slop. Um, $50. Mm. Bloody Finger. Colon Bloody Finger. Colon Marathon Runner because it was like a marathon, according to her. Um, I'm such an asshole for that. Car sex. We call it car sex. Christmas shooter. Um, August 2025. When did I get my phone? Hold on. Whatever the day before I got my phone was the first, I believe. Or was it the second? First, second. Or wait, soiled shirt. Okay, William should get that reference. Soiled shirt or dirty shirt or something like that. Oh yeah, they're better than that. No, I washed it. I just washed it. $100 book bag. She bought me $100 book bag. Um, Hangover. Have three parts in that. uh, Hangover Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. Three times. So no, wait, no. So Hangover Part 1, then Hangover Part 2, parentheses, 4th of July. It was the 4th, right? I think so, right? If I remember the story correctly. Father's Day twice. Crazy. Yeah, there's a bunch of ideas. I can shoot from the hip. Noah's Ark. We'll call one Noah's Ark. I don't know if you guys get that reference or not. I got a bunch of top tier ideas. I got a bunch of them. Don't. Yeah. I've tamed out my days. Tamed out bodies. 9 lives. Cat has 9 lives. Cat has 9 lives. Um. Yeah. All right. I think it's time. I think it's time. I think it's time to end it. If I get a call to who is Cat, he slaps. Yeah. Yeah. Coochie. Like Cat. Cat has 9 lives. Coochie has 9 lives. That's the correlation there. Midwest goodbye. Yep. So, if I get a call tonight, or if there's any sort of are we putting it over under a week or a month? We putting it over under a month or a week? Over a month. All right. We're doing a month. If it's before a month, uh, I'll make a discussion post about it. If it's over a month, because work it gonna burst. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. But if it's under a month, I'll make a discussion post about it. If it's over a month, then it's over a month, and then it's yeah. Um, yeah. If it gets to if it gets to the work environment, we're just gonna toss my salad. So we're just gonna do toss my salad. Yeah, yeah. uh, all right. Well, it's been real. It's been fun. At the end of the day, it's night. It's 10 o'clock at night, and Chat GPT's got your lyrics. Yep, like After Dark AI slop. You know what? The cover is not that bad. You can definitely tell it's AI. Um, but yeah, it's about that time. So adios, bro, chachis.